Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Well, good morning to you, and welcome in, and welcome to the first full week of October. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. It is October 5th.
And a lot going on now at 6:30 this morning. Kentuckians are ready, if they're called on, to help with the devastating and deadly flooding that continues in South Carolina.
Lexington police are hoping a key piece of evidence left behind at the scene of an early morning home invasion will help them track down the two men responsible.
An eastern Kentucky store is still closed after being damaged by a rock slide. So when will the Walmart in Jackson reopen?
Starting off really nice to kick off your work week. Lou Bryan came into town last week and Keeneland started off last week. Both of those days kicking off weren't all that great. Hopefully we can have that in the upcoming days. Starting off 75 degrees this Monday, and then we go throughout the next few days looking at those event forecasts coming up in just a few minutes.
And thank you very much. And this morning, some Kentuckians are on standby to go help, and South Carolina is under a state of emergency. It follows days of relentless rain. The historic storm has already led to several deaths.
And the flooding is so bad in the state capital, rescue crews say at this point they just cannot keep up. Yesterday, the Coast Guard rescued a mother and her young child from a flooded out home in Huger, South Carolina. This morning, more rain is on the way. WKYT's Sean Moody's at our live desk with more on how Kentuckians are preparing to help.
Good morning, Rebecca and Bill. Forecasters in South Carolina expect 2 to 6 more inches of rain. They're still focused on rescue efforts, but after that's over, workers here in Kentucky may head down to help. Parts of South Carolina have seen more than 20 inches of rain. Governor Nikki Haley said the state hasn't seen anything like this in 1,000 years. Crews have rescued hundreds of people from high water. The Associated Press reports that 7 people have died. Thousands of people don't have power, and while the rain is still falling, there's no way to know when they'll get it back. Kentucky utilities workers back here in central Kentucky said they'd been in contact with emergency officials there, and they'll likely find out today whether or not they're needed. The mayor of Columbia says it's going to take a while to recover.
We know that this challenge is not over. And the danger to life and property does not end when the rain stops.
State officials there had to shut down a 75-mile stretch of I-95. At the live desk, Sean Moody, WKYT.
All right, thanks so much, Sean. New this morning, a man was hit and killed while changing a tire on the side of a Pulaski County road. The crash happened yesterday on Kentucky 914 in Ferguson. The sheriff's office says 31-year-old Michael Vaughn of Somerset pulled over after getting a flat tire. While changing it, police say 43-year-old Elizabeth Belvedere hit Vaughn with her van. The crash is still under investigation this morning.
New this morning, there were some scary moments for a Lexington man when he woke up and found 2 strangers in his house. This happened a little bit ago. The home invasion about 3 o'clock this morning on Millwood Cove. That's out near Sandersville Elementary. The men quickly ran away, but not before leaving behind what could become a key piece of evidence. WKYT's Hillary Thornton is tracking this crime alert live from the scene. Hillary?
Good morning. Police are hopeful that a cell phone left behind here at the scene will help them track down these 2 men. They say the cell phone does not belong to the homeowner here, so now they're trying to figure out if it belongs to one of the suspects or if it was stolen from another location and then dropped here by one of those 2 men. The home invasion happened just before 3 o'clock this morning when the homeowner woke up to find 2 men standing inside his home. Investigators say the 2 burglars rummaged through a vehicle that was out in the driveway, stealing items from in there, then somehow making their way into the garage. From the garage, the men entered the home, and shortly after that is when the man who was asleep inside woke up and found the 2 men. Police say when the suspects saw the homeowner awake, they then ran off. Unfortunately, police do not have much information to go off of, or really even any description of these 2 men, other than the fact that one of them was wearing a green hoodie. If you have any information, you are asked to contact Lexington Police. Live in Lexington, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
All right, a scary situation out there. Thank you very much, Hillary. A man accused in 2 robberies and a shooting in Lexington is heading to court today. Police say Denzel Manning and another man robbed someone on East Reynolds Road this weekend. He is also accused of shooting at a woman's car while she was inside. About 15 minutes later, police say Manning robbed someone else on Laredo Drive. He will be arraigned on several charges this afternoon.
New this morning, police are looking for the gunman who robbed a Lexington store. Happened just after 3 this morning at the Dairy Mart on Reynolds Road near Fayette Mall. Police say a man with a gun and a pink rag over his face stole cash. Only the clerk and one of the clerk's friends were in that store at the time. We now know when a Lexington prison employee will be in court. He's accused of taking thousands of dollars in bribes to smuggle tobacco into inmates. A grand jury indicted Michael Hardin, who is an employee at the Federal Medical Center on Leestown Road. The indictment says he made more than $22,000 over the past year. A magistrate judge issued a summons for Hardin to make his first court appearance on October 26th. The charges carry a maximum sentence of 15 years.
The time is 6:35 on WKYT this morning. Versailles could become Kentucky's 9th city to pass a fairness ordinance. The Herald Leader reports the city council there will hear from the Woodford County Human Rights Commission tomorrow. The council is considering a fairness ordinance similar to the one adopted by neighboring Midway in June. That ordinance prohibits discrimination in housing, employment, and public accommodations based on sexual orientation. Well, a new book alleging that a former Louisville basketball staffer hired prostitutes for recruits is topping the charts this morning. The online version of Breaking Cardinal Rules, Basketball, and the Escort Queen is now the #1 bestseller in basketball books on Amazon. Author Katina Powell claims that former basketball staffer Andre McGee paid escorts to have sex with players and recruits from 2010 to 2014. McGee, who is now an assistant coach at the University of Missouri, is on administrative leave.
Well, a search crew from Louisiana plans to return to Kentucky to look for a man who went missing more than 3 years ago. Clarence Holmes disappeared on Laurel Lake in 2012 while he was helping others during a storm. Mark Michon, who has been leading the search, says he thinks his team is getting closer to finding him. Well, the November election is just a month away, and today is the last day to register to vote. You must be at least 18 years of age, a Kentucky resident, and a U.S. citizen. County clerk's offices throughout the state will be accepting voter registration cards until the close of business today. The election is November 3rd.
An advocacy group is claiming that the law firm representing Rowan County Clerk Kim Davis has misrepresented the facts before. The Southern Poverty Law Center put the Liberty Council on its list of anti-gay hate groups. Last week, the group claimed Davis met the Pope in a private meeting during his trip to the United States. But a spokesperson for the Vatican says the meeting was in a public setting. The Law Center accuses the Liberty Council of exaggerating the facts.
Well, the Walmart in Breathitt County is still closed this morning. The store in Jackson was damaged by a rock slide last week. Store management were hoping to have the store back open before the weekend, but they say the rock slide caused extensive damage there. They were not able to give us a new time frame for when that store may reopen. Well, we are tracking a crime alert out of Pike County where a man was attacked with a baseball bat during a robbery. It happened at the 7-Eleven in Belfry. State police say 3 people went into a store, attacked a customer, and stole tobacco. Police say 2 of the suspects were wearing hoodies.
Staff at an eastern Kentucky high school are trying to figure out who vandalized their football field. Cameras at South Floyd High School show a car driving right onto the field early Sunday morning. This is a look at the damage that it was caused there and left behind. School leaders say they do not have a good description of the suspects involved in that. Owensboro Community and Technical College and Brescia University are planning to join forces to offer degrees in bluegrass music. The Owensboro Messenger Inquirer reports the college is working to create an associate degree program that officials hope to have up and running by the spring of 2017. The idea is that students could study 2 years at the college, then transfer to Brescia and earn a Bachelor of Fine Arts degree in bluegrass. Schools hope to take advantage of the resources at the International Bluegrass Music Center. That's a $15.5 million project that is also slated to open in 2017. Would be an interesting thing to major in, wouldn't it?
You know, it would be, and if there's any more appropriate place, then hey, that's it right there.
Yeah, right. All right. A degree in bluegrass music. Time this morning is 6:39 on WKYT.
Let's get a check of traffic right now, see what's happening out on the roads this morning.
Let's go to Officer Don with that check. Good morning, Don.
Hey, good morning. Just had a look at the interstate for us again on 75 coming in from Scott County. Really no problems there, but police are running radar near the Fayette-Scott County line, both directions, so be extra careful. Coming in from Woodford County, Versailles Road, looks okay past the airport. And we're getting a live look right now at downtown Lexington. where traffic is light and things are moving well. They're on Main Street. On our Waze map, overall view of the city, nothing major happening at the moment. Even Tate's Creek Road, past Man o' War down to the Circle, looks good. Seeing some slowdowns right now on the Circle around Harrodsburg Road, it looks like, but nothing significant happening there, just on the outer loop. Now back to you in the studio.
All right, Don, thank you very much. And of course, we're expecting some very nice weather today for travel or whatever you have planned on your Monday. Yeah, 6:40 now, 20 before 7 on WKYT this morning.
Well, they say good things come in small packages. One dog owner very grateful for how his small dog handled a big problem. We'll show you what happened when this dog came face to face with a bear.
Good start for Monday morning, and Monday afternoon's even better. We'll show you a really nice and calm forecast in store coming up next.